Boy, hi guys. My running kid here. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another theme Q&A. We're at the end of the month, and once again, time for the next Q&A. As you saw, it's all about the man without fear, Daredevil. I thought it was appropriate for April to be for Daredevil, especially as it pretty much was his month. In my opinion. So for all those who bestowed questions, I have your questions here. I'm going to answer them. For all those who are just tuning in now, then as always, you leave your 4 questions about anything about Daredevil you want to know about him, anything you want to ask me about Daredevil, I shall answer for you. Let's get started with this. Let's look at these questions. All right. Let's see. Listen. Let's see questions. Okay. Go up to the first set of questions. I'm going to start right here. The Spawn 117. You asked me, what is your favorite Daredevil costume? Favorite Daredevil costume? Well, he's had not a lot. You know, he hasn't had a lot. He's not, unlike Spider-Man and Batman and Superman to a degree, a lot of the X-Men, things like that. Daredevil's only had a handful of costumes, starting with his traditional yellow and red, which started it all for him. Then he went to the completely red, classic look. By the 90s, he had more of a Ronin, like samurai style armored version, which I liked. I know a lot of people seem to hate that costume. I actually liked that. I thought that was cool. And then, of course, for a short time, he had his Shadowland costume, which was all black. And then, of course, we have somewhere in between that with Frank Miller. Before that, you know, it was before he donned the whole red suit. He had just looks like sweatpants, sweatshirt, tied like bandana around his eyes and sneakers on. But if you were to ask me what was my favorite of his costumes, like I'll go with the traditional red. I dig it. It's perfect. It works for him. But like I said, I did enjoy his 90s look. I know a lot of people seem that don't like that costume, but I did. I actually enjoyed that costume very much. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, your next question is, what do you think of a Predator Daredevil crossover? You seem to like to do Predator versus everybody. I noticed that about you. It would have to be really interesting because first of all, why would Predator go after Daredevil particular, especially in a city that's full of heroes that are far more powerful than him, stronger than him, things like that. So to some point, you gotta, and this is the reason of why. You know, Predator is, you know, he's a hunter, and you know, something about Daredevil has to entice this alien, unless he knows he's blind. You can't just say yes. If he sees that, I think that would may entice him. But you know, I don't necessarily see Predator find it. I think it'd be interesting, but
Well, that's the main question.
it'd just be why. So it'd be interesting. Just yeah, it'd be interesting. But as always, I go in more details with my answers, so it's okay. Uh, what would happen if the Spider and Daredevil met? So we're talking about pulp era hero meeting a new age hero or silver age hero, basically. Yeah, silver age because Daredevil came out and boy, I knew it from the get go that it was pretty.
That's how you escape to a winner, you know.
Shadowland, it was iffy for me from the get go when they announced it. Daredevil was gone bad. I didn't like the fact that Daredevil was running the hand. It's kind of ironic because the Kingpin would later on come to run the hand. But once they started saying the reason why Daredevil was doing this, I mean, the biggest thing shocker for me was seeing him supposedly kill Bullseye the same way that Bullseye supposedly killed Elektra. I thought that was the biggest shocker. But then once they found out that it was a demon possessed, but thank you for the questions. Omnitron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You asked me, what do you think of the fact Matt's got a public identity now, and his name that says DD on it. I said it before. Him and Moon Knight are going to the same tailor because Moon Knight sometimes will be in a suit with a mask on, not always in the. It's going to be sad to see him leave, and also see who's going to pick up, who's going to be the new creative team on that series when Mr. Wade leaves, because what he does is just magic with that. Now that partially Spidey is back with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Daredevil is officially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would love to see these two cross. I mean, a lot of people like that. I think Jason would get on Matt's nerves before I think Matt would probably want to punch Jason himself. Let's see. Your fourth question is, if Daredevil was in the DC universe, which DC lady do you think see him with most? Who would I see him? Huntress, I can see. Matt goes for the bad girls. Huntress, maybe Lady Shiva, Cheshire. Uh, yeah, those are a couple right off the bat. Maybe Zatanna. Zatanna, definitely. I can see him definitely with Katana. Your next question is, that's it. Okay, well, thank you for the questions. Omnitron, I move on to Darth Venom. Do you think the Kingpin could possibly appear in the Spider-Man reboot? Yes. And a lot of the people behind Daredevil, like all of them, they would love to see that. I think it's possible. It should happen. Kingpin is Spidey's villain too. He's, a lot of people say he's more of a Daredevil villain, but he hates Daredevil and Spider-Man equally. Those are the two main guys he hates with a passion. Those are the guys that cause him the most trouble. So I would love to see Spidey meet the Kingpin. Definitely, I would like to see that. Your next question is, who is your favorite Daredevil villain? Favorite Daredevil villain, excluding Kingpin, Bullseye, people like that. I would probably have to say Mr. Fear. I like, and I would probably say Mr. Fear because you got to remember, I've read Daredevil before, and back in the days, Mr. Fear was kind of a joke until Brubaker took over and made him like, whoa. And that's what I love to see when writers take obscure villains and give them an edge, make them better. I mean, a lot of people say, an example of that in a sense is A lot of people always tell me, and they're like, and other people that I know and say, Chris, how do you like Mysterio? I hate him. He's a crappy Spider-Man villain. But when they did Old Man Logan and what he did in that series, it was uh uh sorry, uh, basically when they did he was kind of a joke, and when Ed Brubaker took over writing Daredevil, he gave this new Mr. Fear an edge that was kind of, in a sense, a little bit similar to the Scarecrow and things like that, but almost above that. And I really enjoyed Brubaker's writing for Daredevil then. So yeah, I would have to say Mr. Fear, excluding Kingpin and Bullseye and all them. Because everybody will just say Bullseye. And I don't like hate Bullseye, but I just think he's just used a lot. I would also say Lady Bullseye. She was a good villain too for him. Have you read the Batman Daredevil crossover? Yes, I have. I have read it. Just don't have it in my collection. Definitely want to find it. I know a few places that have it. I'm not trying to find it in mint condition, just in a good condition that I can keep it in my collection. But yeah, I enjoyed it, liked it. It's just the crossovers, and and when I read those crossovers, those are when I really miss those DC Marvel crossovers, because it was like you could see that both companies, it was for the fans. It wasn't the egos involved, and that's the problem now with Marvel and DC. The two men behind them have these huge egos, and and then there's sometimes you got some writers that show respect to both characters, and I like that when they don't make this character outshine this character. Prime example of those are probably both Spider-Man and Batman crossovers. They made both characters equal. They're really good. Your next question is, what are your thoughts on the Daredevil film and the director's cut? I personally loved it. The the I don't. I keep telling everybody I don't hate the original film. I don't. There are some problems with it, and the director's cut kind of solved a lot of those problems that I was looking for. For example, one of them being the fact that we didn't see enough of Matt doing his occupation as lawyer. It had more of a story to it, and I enjoyed that. Uh, there were some things, like I said, that Matt, I was a little bit iffy on, because I know Matt would never do. He's done it maybe once, but I didn't care too much for uh, like I said, Matt killing people. Like he literally let this guy die. He let him get run over by a train. I was like, wait, what? Like, whoa, But I didn't hate the movie. I enjoyed them for what they were, and that's why when I did my overview for the series, I tried to stay away from that. Try to compare the two series because they're totally different. Um, though I've always said personally, Ben Affleck, I wish he had gotten a better shape for the role, because to me, he didn't look like he got in shape. I was just like he walked on the set, But a lot of things, there were a lot of things that if his origin just really ticked me off. I'm just like, that ain't how it happened, things like that. Some nitpicks, but some things you nitpick at that were essential to his origin and him becoming who he is. Stick is a major part of his origin, and you didn't add Stick into. You said he trained himself. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, all right. But I didn't hate the movie, not at all. Like I said, personally like the director's cut better. That kind of goes for the Punisher director's cut. Thomas Jane's as well. Raymond, nice shirt. No, this is, oh, he's talking about when I was wearing in that last vid. Let's see, what is that? You're a huge Pulp era hero fan. Who would you see Daredevil teaming up with? Oh, like I said, the Shadow, the Phantom, Black Bat, and Green Hornet. Those are 4. I would Pulp era heroes I could see Daredevil teaming up with. Have you read the Batman Daredevil? Yeah, I answered that. Yes, I have. Would Scarecrow make a cool Daredevil villain? Absolutely. Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, would make a great Daredevil villain because they could mesh so well together because of the fact, you know, what's Scarecrow's MO? He's like the master of fear, you know, and here you have a man who is without fear. So I can constantly see Scarecrow putting that to the test, trying to figure out, let's see how, you know, good you really are, how well, how much fear can you withstand, or are you truly the man without fear? So I could see that. Scarecrow and Daredevil could work. And I see questions coming up for people that's watching the series. I'll get to you guys' questions soon. I'm just finishing the questions that were left to me. Your next question is, does Daredevil deserve a video game? Absolutely. Daredevil, there was supposed to be a Daredevil video game, and I'm not talking movie stuff. I'm talking about there was a video game that was coming out that was prior to the movies. It was just like a standalone game, and there are images of it. You just, you know, Google it up. You'll see images of it. They were showcasing how he's going to look at the world and everything like that. It was open world, which I think it should be, but it didn't happen. It got canceled. So yeah, I would love to see a Daredevil game. Definitely, he deserves one. Let's see. So thank you, Raymond, for those questions. Move on to Mr. J. So Chris, Matt is a ladies' man. He's had several girlfriends over the years. Besides Elektra, who's your favorite? My favorite girlfriend of Matt Murdock, besides Elektra, Karen was a good girlfriend. She just kind of bitched a little bit. But if we're talking about superhero wise, I thought Echo was good. I thought Natasha was good. People forget that him and Black Widow and Black Widow and Daredevil actually were a couple for a while. But my favorite would probably have to be Echo. I thought she was well with him. It was very well. I wasn't too fond of Typhoid Mary because I was like, yo, this chick is crazy. Like, she's got, you know, it's just, and, you know, Matt tried everything he could to keep her on the up and up.
You all that garbage out there. All that stuff out there.
So yeah, Matt Daredevil with Echo is good. That's my favorite. My favorite girlfriend he's had. I would like to see her brought to the. I would like to see that brought to the I would like to see Echo come on to the TV series or so. That'd be great. You know, if you guys don't know Echo, Maria Lopez is she's half Native American, half Latin. She, instead of being blind, she's deaf. she's deaf. She's a great fighter, but she can read lips really well. Like, you stand in front of her, you know, she'll read your lips, no problem. But she's deaf. Let me see who's next. What else you got? Okay. Who's your favorite Daredevil artist? Oh, okay. Favorite Daredevil artist. There's been a couple of good artists for Daredevil. Bagley's done some. Mike Deodato does Daredevil so well. I love how he draws Daredevil. Deodato just draws anybody great. Let me see who else. Alex Maleev does good artwork too. He drew Daredevil pretty well. Ramita, Ramita Jr. I'm not the biggest fan of. I like his father's artwork better than him. But I would have to say Maleev, Deodato, people like that. They do him well. And it's pretty funny because in going back, Jay, to your question, going back to what you talked about girlfriends, I remember Squirrel Girl actually hit on Matt before, and I thought that was really funny. And Matt was just like, "How old are you?" That had me laughing. Your next question is, would you like to see who would you like to see? Would you like to see the Netflix show do Shadowland later on, or maybe in season 3? The Shadowland story probably twisted a little bit, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that in this, in the series sometime. To me, I think the next story arc is definitely the war between the Hand and the Jashansi. Definitely, because that's who Stick was talking to in the series. That was Stone that he was talking to. So, but I think some other character is going to be introduced in season 2. I think definitely Bullseye and probably that Greek girl, Elektra. So let's move on. Galactus girl. Hey, Eliza, you asked me, how did you like Daredevil in the 90s Spider-Man? I enjoyed Matt's animated. That wasn't even his animated debut. Actually, it was his second animated appearance. The first time we saw Daredevil, he appeared in the 90s Fantastic Four series, season 2. Actually, in the first episode of the second season, where the team had lost their powers, and Elisa Masters knew Matt, because of them both being blind, and Daredevil helped them battle Doctor Doom. In that one, he was more like, definitely more like Mark Waid's, Stan Lee's and them run, where Daredevil was more playful. He joked a lot and things like that. When he came to Spider-Man, he was helping Peter Parker, basically clear his name, because the Chameleon was basically posing as Peter as a traitor to his country. And I enjoyed that. The actor who voiced him had a very deep but sultry voice. Like, it felt like very elusive in at times. Like when he talked, it wasn't very deep, but it had a little gruffness to him. So when he got really aggressive, it got your attention. Yeah, especially when he was fighting Kingpin, and they once again, they had them kind of like, they kind of come from the same world, like their fathers were this way, and I remember the scene where he was like, Kingpin was like, "Where's my son?" And he's like, "Your son's been taken down." And he's like, and you have my son. He's like, and the name's Daredevil. And he's like, you have to be a daredevil to face me. And they were fighting, and they were going back and forth, and this time the fight is mine. And then he Kingpin cheated and used his his cane, and it shocked Daredevil. But Daredevil knew it wasn't really Kingpin. He saw through Chameleon's disguise. He was like, yeah, I can see through that. And that's when Spider-Man asked him, wait a minute, you can see through disguise. That means, can you see through mine? And he's like, no, I preserved your right to privacy. Even though the way, for all those who don't know, how Daredevil found out Peter Parker was Spider-Man, he listened to his heartbeat. The same heartbeat that Spider-Man gave off, Peter Parker gave off. So he put two and two together. He was like, okay. You gotta remember, he's a human lie detector. He could, but I enjoyed his appearance. It was cool. What would happen if Daredevil got his sight back? Actually, it's happened. In Superior Iron Man, Superior Tony gave Daredevil back his sight. He could see again, but he still had all his powers and stuff. It was really interesting. But yeah, it was weird. It was like, Matt could see, literally see. Like, technically Matt can kind of see, but he just sees differently. But he could actually see. It was interesting. But it went back. He turned him back. But Tony did do something really dickish, and I was just like, you mother. I was like, couldn't believe Tony did that. Yeah, it happened. Could Daredevil give Batman a run for his money and fighting skills? Yes. He has. Absolutely. He has. He has given. If you never read the Daredevil Batman crossover, there was a little fight in between that, and Matt was giving it to Bruce. It was like, whoa. So thank you, Eliza, for the question. Galactus Girl. We move on to Young J-Way 123. Favorite Daredevil moment. Favorite Daredevil moment. Oh man, that's a good one. I'll just give you one moment I thought was great. When Matt met the other Daredevil, and this is right after he got out of prison. He met the other person that was portraying as him, and they fought for a while, and then Matt said, "Who are you?" And the other Daredevil said, "You know who I am, Matt." And then the next panel, he raises up his arm, and it's glowing, and Matt's look was priceless. He was like, "Danny?" And I thought that was priceless that they did that. Had Danny Iron Fist parading around as Daredevil. He didn't do it out of disrespect. He did it out of respect to him. So I thought that was cool. That was a good moment for me. Daredevil meets Static. Daredevil meets Static. What happens? Virgil would be impressed, especially at what Matt can do. He would be impressed at, if Matt tells him his identity and how he, it'd be really cool. Matt would be impressed by Virgil, just the sheer intelligence of Virgil. Showcase, he's a young man, young African-American hero who is highly intelligent. He's not quote unquote street, thug, but very powerful and indeed, but realizes that, he wants to do the right thing by his powers. And I think Matt would even say, you remind me of a friend of mine. So yeah, I can see that. Do you consider Kingpin a Daredevil villain? I do, and it seems like Marvel does as well. I consider Kingpin as okay. All right, my dad. I consider Daredevil. I consider Kingpin a Spider-Man and Daredevil villain. I don't consider them just one. Yes, Kingpin first appeared in Spider-Man, and Frank Miller made him more of a Daredevil villain with his run. Yes, but like I said before earlier, the two heroes that caused Kingpin the most trouble, Peter Parker and Matthew Murdock. Those are those two. If Matt was to retire from being Daredevil, who in the Marvel universe would you like to see take the mantle? Well, we've seen there have been stories where Daredevil has died and someone else took his place. Um, there was a comic not too long back called Daredevil Last Days, where Daredevil has one vicious fight with Bullseye, and Bullseye, I think I think he kills him out in public. Everybody sees it, and then later on, Ben Urich is trying to figure out who killed Murdoch, who killed him, and Ben finds out that I believe it was his son or someone who took over the mantle. But if we're talking about somebody who could literally take up the mantle, uh, I wouldn't mind if Daredevil was a female or male, or but because it's kind of funny because one of my writers for my Marvel site is doing an Ultimate Daredevil series, and in that series, Daredevil, the new Daredevil, is a female. It's going to be the ultimate version of Lady Bullseye. She takes up the mantle of Daredevil. I thought that was really interesting. But Danny could do it. Shang-Chi. Oh man, if Shang-Chi took up the mantle, that'd be sick. Uh, yeah, damn, there's a lot of people that could take it up. There's a couple. There's a great couple of people that could take up that mantle that are close to Matt. Shang-Chi's one of them. Okay. Let's see. Green Arrow Hunter. Green Arrow versus Daredevil. Who wins? Ooh, good question. Matt and Ollie, have they met? I think they have. I've seen images of them together. I think those are just, put together. But Green Arrow and Matt. Hand to hand, Matt would win. Don't get me wrong. Ollie can handle himself hand to man. I mean, he's handled Deathstroke for God's sakes. But I think definitely because of Matt's abilities, he'll like almost be always one step ahead of Ollie in terms of hand-to-hand combat. But maybe distance-wise, arrow-wise, maybe. But I'm not sure because Matt could probably hear the arrows being shot off and just dodge them. So it'll be a cool fight, but I say Matt would win, even though I wouldn't want them to fight. I really wouldn't want them to fight. Rather see them team up. What's your favorite Daredevil fan film? I've seen a couple of Daredevil fan films here on YouTube that I thought were really cool. There was one that had him and the villain in there was Typhoid Mary. I thought that was really good. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I can't remember it. There's a couple of them. There's A few of them I liked, so I can't give you a definitive answer. And I thought a lot of them did very well, especially with the costume, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of. I can't give you a definitive answer on that one, Hunter. Sorry. Uh, what lantern? What lantern color would you think Matt would be? Blue. Hope. I think he would be a Hope. Um, I wouldn't say Rage, because yeah, Matt can get angry, but he doesn't let rage consume him. I don't want to say Fear. I I would say Will. He would be a Green Lantern and Hope. And yeah, definitely. What do you think of the Ninja Turtles connection? The theory that the chemical that blinded Matt Murdock is also the ooze that fell into the storm drain, and to uh, that would be kind of interesting. That mutagen is the one that blinded Matt. So if that would be the case, then wouldn't Matt be technically a mutant? You know, so it's a good theory. I don't hate it. It's a good theory though. It's cool. Okay. Thank you, Green Arrow Hunter. Next up, Burnouter7. Uh, did you wish that Daredevil was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Absolutely. I've always wanted to see Daredevil in Marvel vs. Capcom game. I think he would work so well in that game. Never got him. I wanted him. If you were a superhero, would you like to be trained by Daredevil? Yeah, he's one of the heroes I would like to be trained under. I think Matt would be a good teacher. He would be a definitely good teacher. Him, Shang-Chi, Batman, Cap, Spidey, of course, uh, even Superman. You can learn a lot from Superman, especially depending on if you got Omega level powers and stuff. Like Superman would be one of the guys I would definitely go to for that. Like, how do you cope with, being a guy who could just break this world like probably with the flick of your finger, something like that. But Daredevil would be one of them. He would definitely be one of the guys I would go to. Let's see. Next up, you have is, would you like to see Daredevil team up with the Turtles in a crossover? The Turtles could cross over with Matt. I would love to see them cross over with Matt, and they're fighting the hand and the foot together. Perfect. There you go. Perfect. I know Mikey would get a kick out of Daredevil. You're like, dude, you're blind? He's like, that'd be great. I think Leo would learn a lot from Matt in terms of Donnie. Splinter would be very impressed at Matt's skills, and Raph as well. Raph would be cool. Your last question is, would you like a Daredevil video made by the studio that made the Arkham games? Rocksteady? Yeah. Let's see. 58,632 HHHHH. Sorry about last time I gave a question. Okay, it's fine. Who is the perfect woman for Matt Murdock? Perfect woman. A lot of people say Elektra. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Elektra nachos. Perfect woman. I'm going to have to say currently the girlfriend he's with now. She's perfect for him. She understands him. She understands why he's Daredevil. Perfect. Sometimes you don't always need like somebody who is in the same, you know, industry or field as you. I thought Widow was cool, but Widow just has sometimes too many. She keeps a lot of things caged, and that was kind of the reason why her and Matt didn't stay together for too long, because she kept secrets from him. And Matt don't like secrets. And the fact is that he knows that she was keeping secrets. That was one thing. Which Daredevil costume is your favorite? I answered that already. What did you think of Dark Devil from Marvel? The Marvel the universe, basically the Earth 962 or 982, same universe that Spider Girl comes from. Basically they're related. They're cousins. I thought he was cool. You know, he was cool. I enjoy him very much. Should he have gotten an ongoing? Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing an ongoing of him. For all that, if I answer the next question, that'll be your fourth question. So I'm just gonna say yay. Yeah, you answered 3 and 1. So next question: what did you think of Shadowland event? And I answered that already. Like I said, yeah. All right, Shadow God for you. Asked me, hey bro, how's life for you? Hope everything is going well for you and Malcolm. But anyway, I got 2 questions for you. Thanks, Devin. Let me see. In the Daredevil Netflix series, would you like to see Elektra get introduced in the second season or maybe a third? Second season. I have strong feelings that she's going to be introduced in the second season, especially if they're going to go with. I have the strongest theory that second season is going to be main story about the Hand versus the good ninja group, the Shansi. Excuse me. Next up, besides the death of Elektra, what was your favorite moment in comics past, present? I just mentioned that already. The death of Elektra was not one of my favorite moments. When I read that, I was just like, yo, what the hell, Miller? Why you do that for? I was pissed off at Miller for killing Elektra off. I was just like, what the fuck? So that wasn't even a favorite moment of mine. It never has been. It never has. It probably never will. It wasn't a favorite moment. I just mentioned one of my favorite moments. Next up, Mr. Emerald. But thank you for the questions, Devin. Mr. Emerald 123. Has Daredevil been to outer space? My memory serves me correct. He's never really gone out in outer space, I think. Next question. Do you think Daredevil would be good at playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know. Cause I don't see Matt playing those type of games, you know. So I can't say that. I can't give an answer to that one. Okay. If Daredevil and Lady Shiva met, what? If God, you think Matt could play the Yu-Gi-Oh game? If Matt and Lady Shiva would if excuse me, I'm getting tongue tied. If Matt, Daredevil, and Lady Shiva met, what would they think of each other? Oh man. I feel that this would be on the same level of maybe even more Matt and Elektra, things like that. Shiva would be very impressed by Matt. I'm not even gonna lie about that. You cannot deny. Lady Shiva sees Matt and realizes that he's technically blind and he's doing this. She would be impressed and probably be like, you know, do probably something that she's done for Tim, Batman. Train him, even give him more skills. And you got to remember, Lady Shiva knows techniques that are long dead. So yeah, I think she would test him definitely to prove if he can. But yeah, she definitely be like, whoa, okay, I gotta give you. I'm impressed. It's not easy to impress Lady Shiva. Have you ever been? Oh wait, excuse me. Has there ever been a martial arts that stalemated Daredevil? Yeah, plenty of them. Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, uh, people like that. Definitely, those guys have some. If I'm not even mistaken, I think Shang-Chi actually beat Daredevil. Uh, I reckon my memory serves me correct. Iron Fist has defeated Matt too. My memory serves me correct. All right. All right. Almost last question for the questions that were left to me on the announcement vid. Perry King says to me, which pulp era hero would you like to see team up? I answered that before. Like I said, the Shadow, the Phantom, Black Bat, Green Hornet, and I also said Ms. Fury. Those are a couple. Which villain in Batman's rogues would you think would make a good adversary for Daredevil? Scarecrow, like I said. Maybe Bane. I'll throw Bane in there too, but definitely Scarecrow. Let me see who else.
Bane, that would almost just be like Daredevil whenever he fights Tombstone.
Yeah. That's true. Let's see. Ra's al Ghul. I'll throw Ra's al Ghul in there too. I think Al Ghul would be a good villain for Matt too. But yeah, Matt would definitely. I think Matt would clearly call him out on the bullshit about he doesn't fear death. He would literally, you're lying. He would literally once if Ra's al Ghul ever said, "I do not fear death," let's see, what would he call Daredevil? Because he calls Batman detective, so Guardian or something, maybe like that. Guard. He's like, and Matt be like, he's like, you're lying. You fear it. That's why you stay around so long. You keep yourself living. You quiver. You quiver in fear of it. Yeah, that'd be cool. And how happy were you? How happy were you when Marvel got the rights back of Daredevil from Fox? Very happy. And all my expectations of the Netflix series was captured so well. I can't wait to next year when season 2 comes out. I'm glad that it's coming out, so it's coming out quickly. It's not gonna wait until the rest of Iron Fist and Luke and Jessica and then the Defenders. No, we're getting it right kind of quick. I like that. And still, this is technically, I guess, the first phase of the Netflix series. Because from what I've heard, now this is just a rumor. I'm not really trusting of the site that I found it on. If you follow me on Facebook and stuff like that, I plugged it up on my Facebook page. It seems that Marvel's already looking at phase 2 of the Netflix for Punisher. Now, if that's true, great. I still think Thomas Jane could pull it off, but if they want to go with somebody new, I would like to see Frank Grillo as Frank, because I think he could pull it off. But then again, he's already crossbone. But then it's like, yo, you already got the actor who's playing Vision. He plays Jarvis, but it's only his voice. But it's okay. But thank you for the questions, everybody. Those are all the questions I have from that was on the vid that I had. So next up we have let's see, now I get to the questions that I saw a bunch of people asking me now I get to the rest of y'all guys questions, if you don't mind. All right, and time is looking good. Let's kick it off, shall we? All right. Oh, got a message. Okay. Okay, hi. Hi, Cedric House. If that's your question. Hi. Where am I? Damn it. Okay. Cedric House. All right. Oh. Your question is, Mr. House, do you think after Doctor Strange there could be an accident like vampires coming through and Daredevil? Oh, okay, well, this doesn't pertain to Daredevil, but I'll answer it anyway, just for a new subscriber. So, I think Doctor Strange is definitely going to be the catalyst for a lot of the supernatural stuff in the Marvel universe. I've said that before. I made no question about it. I think that's going to be the birth of vampires. You're going to see more demons. I believe that's going to be the rebirth of Ghost Rider. Everything. So there you go. All right. Now, let me get to these questions I see here. All right, here we go. Nathan Banks, you asked me, first question that I saw. What do you want to see in season 2 of Daredevil on Netflix? Bullseye, Elektra, the Hand, the Shanti, more figuring out, will Matt figure out what the secret that Karen's keeping from him? Will we see Karen and him get together or so? Kingpin really become Wilson Fisk becoming more of the Kingpin now, like he lets go of that name in a sense. Maybe one other villain, probably Mr. Fear. I would like to see that. Some people say the Spot. Wouldn't mind the Spot. Maybe probably a superpowered villain, but and probably Melvin Potter, aka Gladiator, really fixing up Matt's costume even more. Like, remember, because the costume was not completed. He said it's not complete. So I would like to see that. Despawn. Yeah, I know you're a Punisher fan. I know you're a Predator fan. So am I. That's why I laugh anytime I see you leave questions. I'm always saying I know he's gonna put a Predator question in here, and when I do, I'm like, there it is. So I love it. So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind Predator at all. Hey. Like I said, Cedric House, you ask your questions wherever you're watching the vid. Just put your questions there. No problem. And I answered one of your questions. Steve Spawn, you asked me, did Daredevil and Agent Venom meet in the comics? So I haven't been keeping up on that. No, Flash and Matt have never met. Miko, you asked me if Daredevil were in Marvel vs. Capcom, who would be his counterpart? I'm thinking Guy from good counterpart. That's definitely how I think they would probably measure Matt after. His fighting skills would be a little bit like Guy. Uh, but I don't think he would move as quick as Guy in terms of. You ever play Street Fighters or the Alpha games? You know, you see how Guy moves across the screen really quick. No, so but definitely Guy would be it. I could see that. If Daredevil were to be in a Marvel cartoon, Marvel cartoons, who would you want him to be voiced by? Good question. Who would I think be a good Daredevil voice? Richard Grieco probably could do a good voice of that. I think he would be good. What is his name? Oh God, I'm forgetting the actor who voiced. Oh damn it, what's his name? He voices Male Shepherd. I think he could pull off Daredevil's voice pretty well. Oh damn it. What is his name? Oh God, what is his name? I gotta find his name now. Mark Meir. There we go. Mark Meir. I think he could do Daredevil's voice pretty well. Let me see who else I think could do a good job at his voice. Um, um, oh God, what is his name? I'm not that good with male voice actors too much sometimes. Let's see. Oh man, what is his name? What is his name? I know his name. I know. I'm trying to remember. Matthew Mercer. He could do a good job. I think he could pull it off. He voiced Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil animated movie. I think it was Damnation. I think a couple of voice over actors that voiced Leon could do it. There's a couple. There's a bunch of actors. I think. I wouldn't want him to be too gruff. That's the thing. I don't want him sounding too deep gruff and things like that. Let me see. What would happen if Azazel met? Oh my God, that would be interesting because the religious backgrounds that both of them have. Yeah, that I would love. I would pay money to see that. I would pay money for that. Good one, Spawn. Good one. What would happen if Kenshi from Mortal Kombat met Daredevil? A brotherhood would be formed, definitely. Jarrett Flowers. Hey, Jarrett, what's up? Hey, Chris, how would you have used Daredevil in the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes? cartoon. How would I use simple? One of the Avengers, probably, let's just say, let's use Tony. He's being framed for something he didn't get. You get Matt Murdock to be his defense. There you go. That's the perfect way to bring him in. And then you bring in Daredevil with him, you know, to help out. I'm gonna try. When Punisher eventually shows up on a Netflix show, how would you do? How do you think this take on Matt could be handled? Oh wait, no, excuse me. I'm trying to. I'm having a brain fart. Excuse me. When Punisher eventually shows up on the Netflix show, how do you think this take on Matt on would handle Frank shooting up crooks in Hell's Kitchen? From, like I said, there is a link that says that the first phase 2 of the Netflix series is Punisher, and they say it's going to get more grittier than what we've seen in the Daredevil Netflix series. So I'm still thinking they've already set up a little bit of Punisher in Daredevil Netflix series. You see Ben Urich talking to, I guess, somebody who was in the mob, and he's talking about the rise and fall of the Italian mob. That right there, I believe, who is the one that took down the Italian mob? I'm thinking, there you go, Punisher, right there. That's how I feel. Okay, but still, you know, Matt, I think still would be against it, even though if we saw in the series Matt did go a little bit to the extreme too sometimes, but Punisher is like, these guys deserve to die. You know the Punisher's motto. The Punisher's motto has always been, you know, why should you let these rapists, these criminals, everybody else get second chances when they're more likely to do it again when they get out of jail or so. If they're not in there for life, they're going to do it again. Just take them out. And I think now, especially Matt now, he would be really against it. You know, like, you can't do that. You know, Miko Tramiel, you say, what would happen if Matt encountered Deathstroke? Has Matt ever fought Taskmaster? Matt has fought Taskmaster before. Taskmaster has fought a lot of people. Matt has fought Taskmaster, but what would happen if Daredevil met Deathstroke? Oh boy, Matt, you better be on your guard with Slade. Definitely. But I think Slade would probably want to be messing with Matt, like, you know, because, you know, I think the reason why I say a lot of DC villains or anti-heroes, anti-villains would want to mess with Matt because of that title. What is his title? Man Without Fear. And right there, that's going to get guys' attention, like, oh, really? Slade, right off the bat, like, okay, I'm going to put this to the test. I'm going to put that to the test. Let's see how, you know, let's see if you got any fear. Are you like others that I've faced, or are you, is that all for show? Next question, I'm trying to, would you want to see Matt in a kind of Mad Max style what if comic? Has there been a apocalyptic world and Matt was kind of in, like, it was kind of like a what if? I don't think so, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. Like, that'd be kind of cool. What do you think would happen if Dante from Devil May Cry had to team up with Matt? Dante and Matt teaming up. Oh boy. Dante can get along with anybody. That's the problem. It's like he's got that personality. Like, you don't want to hate this guy. It's like okay, yeah, I'll help you out. Like, cool, let's do it, bro. And you know, like, and we go out for pizza later. You know, Dante, that's his favorite food, pizza. Yeah. Let's see what else. I'm trying the Netflix. Netflix Matt meets Ollie. Arrow's green. Yeah, I'm getting tongue tied. Netflix Matt Murdock. Daredevil meets Arrow's Oliver Queen. Not in a fight, but just meet each other on a case. How do you see them working together? It'd be a good mix. It'd be a good mix because they kind of walk on that kind of same path in a sense, you know. But I think Matt could see right through that costume and the voice modulator and everything, like Oliver Queen, like, and you know, I could see them maybe doing whatever they're doing, and then at the end, you know, Matt says, "And don't worry, your secret is safe with me, Oliver." Like, and Ollie was just like, "Wait, what? Like, how'd you know? Like, you know, you should change your." You know, because Matt, his hearing is so good, he can tell when your voice is being altered, and probably he'll listen to Matt's heartbeat and like, you know, he'll listen to Ollie's heartbeat and like, that's Oliver Queen. I know that. So yeah, but it'd be good. It would be. They would mesh pretty well. I think they would mesh really well. All right. Let's see. Okay. Omnitron. Could you see Daredevil existing in the Avatar universe? Mm, maybe, because his abilities don't seem too illogical to work in that universe. You know what I'm saying? I probably could see him. All right. Let's see what else. I see some other people. Yeah, like I said, I know you well, Swan. So, yeah, I know you well. So it's like, yeah, whenever I leave questions, it's like I don't. It's to the point. It's like whatever the theme is for these Q&As, I'm always expecting a Predator question in there. They did it with my Mass Effect one. I was like, yep, and I was worked well. Nathan, you said, did you like Daredevil in the Incredible Hulk TV show movie back in the old days with Bill Bixby? If not, why? And could you and what could have been improved? We're talking about Daredevil back in the days when he was on the trial of the Hulk. Um, I at that time I was younger. When did I first see that movie? I think I was 11 years old when I first saw it. So I was already familiar with Daredevil at the time. And when I saw it, I was just like, I was just like, wait, that's not Daredevil. He's supposed to be red. And uh who played the Kingpin in that? Wilson Fisk. Oh God, what is his name? Oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting the actor's name. He's a talented actor too. Ron Davis. There we go. He played Kingpin, and I was just like, okay. Kingpin with a beard and hair, and he wore sunglasses a lot. I was like, okay. I didn't hate it, Nathan, but I could have seen some improvements. Um, I did like the vibe that Daredevil was leaving his mark everywhere. Like this is Daredevil's territory. You know, like beware. You know, he's working somewhere. I thought that was a cool twist, but I did think the actor who played him just he's a little even when he when he got beat up and then Hulk got him out of there and then he was feeling Hulk's face and then Hulk was calmed down enough so he turned back into Bruce and I remember the line so vividly. He was just like, "Oh, Bruce," like he it was. Just, I was just like, "Okay, and what else?" And so yeah, that was interesting. But I could have seen some improvements. He I think the Kingpin could have been improved more. Not really. They really didn't go into detail about how Matt became. I don't remember him going into detail more about his origins. So, because it was more of a Hulk thing. But yeah, I could have seen there could have been some major improvements to it. Black Doggy Claw. Hey, yo, Chris, do you think Daredevil will be good with a sidekick? Like his own kid devil or something. Daredevil with a sidekick. Partner, yeah. Sidekick, something like Robin or something like that. I don't think so. Unless he trains that kid, or he's, or or the kid is kind of like him, but he has very much what Stick did for him, channel his anger in different directions. Okay, but a kid sidekick, not so much. But a partner, yes, because Daredevil has had a lot of partners that have worked with him. Most of them being female. Daredevil loves it. Daredevil's a ladies' man, He loves the bad girls though. Every girlfriend he's had, mostly, have turned out to be bad girls. And when I mean bad girls, I mean they can kick your ass. Black Widow, Elektra, Echo, Typhoid Mary. Those are 4 right off the bat. So yeah, but a kid devil, kid devil. Uh, uh, I, could they? I mean, I wouldn't say Daredevil Jr. or anything like that, but Kid Devil, the boy without fear. Like Robin, the boy wonder. It'd be interesting. So yeah, that's all the questions I got so far. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Oh, wait. Okay. Got one. Sorry. Here we go. Ash from Evil Dead team up with Daredevil. What happened? Interesting concept. I think Daredevil would get Ash's sarcasm and joking, his side. It could work, especially be funny them like facing Black, Mephisto or Blackheart or something like. Because you gotta remember, Daredevil has met Blackheart and Mephisto, so it'd be interesting. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That's all the questions that I received, and I had a lot of fun, guys, with this. Indeed, with my Daredevil Q&A. Like I said, I knew I was gonna do Daredevil for the month of April. It's only appropriate. It was only appropriate that I do it. All right, I answer this last question. Would you have Matt Murdock as your lawyer? Uh-huh. Yep. Because if Matt was my lawyer, even though I would sense that he wants to help me if I'm in a pickle, something that maybe I'm a victim of a crime that I didn't commit, but all evidence is on me. Matt would be definitely. I would look at him and be like, something about this lawyer. He's not doing it for a paycheck. He's doing it because it's what he does, and he does respect the law, but he knows that the law can be, people get through the laws, like the fabrics of the law, but I would like him as my lawyer. All right. So I think that's all of the questions. Okay. Now, that seems to be all of them. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for all those who have came out, to all my new subscribers, you know, having trouble, leaving your comments. That's why if you do watch it on Google Plus, that's why I do leave the Q&A section open, so you can just leave your questions there. If you need, follow me so you'll be up to date what's going on when these live discussions are so coming. Now usually I would give a hint. Usually I do give a hint of what's the next theme for May. Am I gonna give you a theme? Oh boy, should I or should I not? Yeah. You want to know what the theme for May is? I'm gonna tell you. Here's the hint. And if you get it, please don't put it down in the comment section or anything like that. Just keep it to yourself until I put up the announcement vid. Then you can leave your questions or just say, I knew it was that. So here is the hint. You ready? Okay. Ebony and Ivory. There's your hint. And if you get it, you can message me later or anything like that. Okay, I know what it is, but that's your hint. Ebony and Ivory. Now, that's your hint for next month's theme Q&A. Next theme, I'll also give you the hint. I'm not even going to give you a hint. I'm also going to tell you what June's theme is. June's theme is all about the world's finest, Batman and Superman. So have your questions ready for that when I put that video up as well. And July's Q&A is all about what did I say? I think I remember what it was going to be about. July's is all about Outlaw Star, I believe. Or is it? No. Where is it? Damn it. I put it down somewhere. Oh, Tekken. There we go. It's a Tekken Q&A for July. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching once again. This is Mumford & Kid, the Omni Geek High Lord of New York, saying thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend. And stay tuned for more from me on this channel and anywhere else you can catch me. Take care, guys.